Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I feel like that's what it's like every time I come back from the comic book store and I go after work to pick up my books. And the store I have to get there before 6:30 or 7 o'clock before the store closes, and to pick up my new book. And I jaw around a little bit with the guy who works there because he's a big prog fan. In fact, if you saw my short of showing the books, showing the pile of the books and the prices of them. He had this the band Fish blasting away in the background, and I could hardly hear myself talk and stuff. So if it sounds a little disjointed, because the music was too loud. YouTube just sent me a notification, said we can't publish it unless you take the song out. Yeah, I said mute the song out, and now it sounds like I'm like a gibbering 2-year-old going through the books. This is the Cary Coatney comic book note show, and I'm coming home late. Like this is like 9 o'clock at night. I'm coming home late to bag my books and stuff, and this is the routine. This is the regular routine, the Thursday night ritual. But I heard that the stuff is going on with New York Comic Con. I went to New York Comic Con. Oh, I can't read this one tonight. Conan the Barbarian issue 25. It looks like it's a King Conan tale. I love the work they do on this book. I just read issues, I think 18 through 23, and it's sort of like it tells the tale of Conan and Belit. Or is it Belit? I don't know her name. The Queen of the Black Coast, whatever. And like the first two parts of the story take place while she's alive, and she's, unfortunately, she gets killed in the mythos, which I remember from my days of reading the original Marvel comic. But it's also a tale with this, Zub Wells, or Jim Zub, rather. He chronicles the first time that he comes across Hofamon. This is like the biggest Conan nemesis that ever existed in the comics there, and character that Roy Thomas created for Conan the Barbarian, Zula, the warrior. I forget what race he's from. He's a big black dude who can metamorph. He can change into a female, and he can change into a panther or so, and it's pretty fascinating recounts. So New York Comic Con is this weekend, and I heard some stuff going on over there, and maybe you've heard about it too. If you've been reading, I've been reading all the stuff on Bleeding Cool, covering the first day of the con. I was there one year. It's interesting. It's an interesting convention. It's what I liked about my visit over there is that they have a huge, giant artist alley there. It goes on for miles, practically. Oh, look! I've been waiting for this one. I've been waiting for the Phantom for a while, and I'm excited about reading this one. He's my favorite. He's one of my favorite characters when I was a kid. When Charlton was doing the series, there was one thing I liked to grab off the rack with my allowance was a Phantom comic book. One of the things I've been hearing is, the Ultimate line is ending. ending Ultimate Spider-Man 24 is the last issue, and there's not going to be nobody taking over the title from him. And I guess the contract states that that once he reached Ultimate Spider-Man 24, that will be the last issue, and that starts the whole snowball going there and ending every other title. And there's mixed feelings about it. If you want to see it continue, now that begs the question: is will the Absolute line in DC follow the same route of ending at issue 24? Because they Scott Snyder signed a contract for only 2 years, and we'll see what happens. What do we think about this? The first issue, sold out like gangbusters with that blind bag thing. They did a DCKO put the first issue out with the thing. I'm not into that because, like I said, when I was doing the DC solicits, I'm not into superhero rock'em sock'em robot gladiatorial fights anymore. If I want to see gladiatorial fights, I'll read the latest issue of Conan the Barbarian. So I'm only going to read the titles that affects my regular titles, like Superman, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman. I don't want to go into. I'm trying to cut down on titles, and you see, I'm really doing a great job of it, right? What else did I hear about news? Oh, anyway, yeah. Let me backtrack to what I was over at New York Comic Con for the first and only time because some of you may know I have my mother's side of the family out there, which includes my half sister and her husband and her 4 kids, and I don't talk to. I'm not on speaking terms with them anymore because they're a bunch of Trump supporters, or rather fuckface felon 47 supporters, and they took part in the including my youngest nephew, took part in January 6th resurrection. They went down there. In fact, my oldest nephew supposedly kicked a reporter, and fortunately, a friend of mine who has contacts to the FBI got wind of it, and I think he sicked them on them. But anyway, when I was there, I checked out for a day. Bought some really cool comics. I bought a bunch of old Submariners over there, and the layout is kind of the New York, that Javits Center is it's a weird layout, man. It reminds me a lot of what the LA Convention Center looked like before it was remodeled. And one of the things that was turned off is that they have the panels right in the middle of the dealer's room, which causes a clusterfuck of crowds going around and stuff. I remember that was annoying when the cast of Marvel's Runaways was just in the middle of the dealer's room, and they're giving the Q&A and stuff like. And I believe LA, yeah, that was the similarity between LA Comic Con and this. Is they had panels in the middle of the dealer's room, which was kind of a turn off. But I was going to say they had the Artist Alley was amazing, because I figured, wow, geez, majority of the artists who work in comics these days all live in New York because they want to be next to Marvel and whatever have you. Even though DC is out here now. There's still a lot of artists who work for Marvel are situated out there. And I don't know if I got one extra bag. Well, actually, I take from my old books. Let me pause in and out of this video. This is the box I'm going to be putting them in here. This is my Marvel and DC. I combined the Marvel and DC together now because I'm not getting as many DCs as I used to, and I'm trying to consult. I'm trying to get through a lot of stuff to download on HipComic, and I'm in sorely need of some boxes here. So what the hell do I have? A couple things I want to talk about. What's other news I read about is that another new Moon Knight #1. Isn't that nice? Written by Jed MacKay, who's written three Moon Knight ones already. So this is his fourth one. And when is it going to stop with the constant renumbering? And I know the argument, and I know someone made a very salient point on there, saying that any new #1 is a jumping on point for new readers. And big whoop. I mean, as long as they keep the legacy number in the corner, you see that here. Like this is issue 2 of Mortal Thor. The legacy number is right there, 788. Technically of Mighty Thor, since it was titled Mighty Thor with 1966, going back to 1965 or 66, whenever they changed the title from Journey to Mystery to Thor. So like they keep the original number there. Same thing with X-Men. This is issue 22. It's issue 322 of the original series that was started back in 1991 or so. When that was Jim Lee and Chris Claremont together. Howell. Well, maybe I should pause this while I set all these books in there, because I'm distracted. Can't really concentrate. And I want to go over one of the catalogs. So let's pause this. I'll get this situated. And I'll be back with I'm going to go over to the Dynamite catalog. It's pretty nifty. I have never seen a Dynamite catalog before. This might be the first one because of since the whole Mishigosh with Diamond distributors. Hold on. Be right back.